Hey Aquarius, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is going to be our daily reading for Monday, January 4th. Let's see what's going on with Aquarius. At the heart of your reading, we have the King of Needles. This is feeling very informed, very empowered to make wise decisions. Like, you feel like you have a good understanding of the situation, and you feel like no one's going to stand in your way of implementing what you feel is the correct thing to do. We're not being given any challenges this time, Aquarius. You're squarely focused on your abundance. You're pulling in. You feel like you've cracked the code as to how to dial in energetically, pull toward you, and achieve your abundance. I think there's a big windfall coming now. Astrologically speaking, we have a lot going on in Aquarius, especially building up to February. There's going to be 7 planets in Aquarius. We've already got the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that just happened, and that kind of set off things in a new direction for us, for Aquarius. Jupiter's going to be moving through Aquarius throughout the next few months, fairly quickly as Jupiter moves. And Jupiter just brings expansion to any planets you have placed in Aquarius. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you have at least your sun in Aquarius, perhaps your moon. If it's your rising sign, even so. Like Jupiter crossing the ascendant is like blessings on steroids. Let's see. There's a lot of expansive energy here, and I know that was a little bit of an astrological tangent, but it feels very Jupiterian. It feels very like, what's your biggest dream? Okay, it can happen for you now, and you understand that, and you know how you want to go about achieving it, and you're applying that understanding toward that direction. Your focus is on what you are not motivated to do. You are cutting out anything that doesn't keep your passion, that doesn't keep your motivation alive. Like a little bit of process of elimination there with, in the recent past, you were faced with a crossroads, moving one direction or the other, and what's informing your decision at each step of the way, every time you're faced with a pivot, do I take this way or this way? Well, where's my passion? When I look in this direction, do I feel inspired? Do I feel motivated? If so, that's a yes from my intuitive hit. If not, if it's like, ugh, or a lack of motivation, then that's your indication to not move in that direction. We have the star at the bottom of the deck. That's our energy, Aquarius. Wanting to move toward your soul purpose. Being really dialed in, spiritually speaking. The energy of the environment. We have the Ace of Candles, the World in reverse, and the Six of Needles. You are, by filtering out what you don't want, you can more clearly draw in new passions, what you do want, what you will be motivated by. You can step through a threshold. You can take the choice to put things in your past that you want to stay in your past, and thereby improve your environment moving forward. It'll be much more conducive to what you want to achieve, and a fertile ground that will support your passions. It feels like the environment you'd been in wasn't optimized to support your passions. And the universe is now nudging you out of that situation, giving you an opportunity to move through a threshold by dangling this carrot, so to speak. It's like, look where your motivation is. Come in this direction. Come over here, Aquarius. In the near future, we have the King of Candles reversed. This is that culmination of release of what you don't want. When you're seeking out an understanding of what doesn't motivate you, you're going to come to the fruition of that cycle of self-exploration, and it may involve some exploration. Meaning, if you're not certain whether this motivates you or excites you, you might try it out to know for sure. Does it excite me? Does it motivate me? Let me make sure. The king knows for certain. The reversal tells me, I feel like in this instance, it's just a continuation of that gaining clarity over what doesn't motivate you. I'm not actually pulling any negative connotations like I usually do from that reversal. Sometimes it can mean like an angry outburst or acting irrationally or impatience. So I mean, take that as it resonates. I want to give you potential other interpretations, but I'm really not seeing that as part of the story here. Let's see your surprise energy. Something is going to influence the situation and you don't see it coming. What is going to surprise Aquarius? Okay. I think Spirit wants me to back up and reconsider the potential that we may be acting on impulse, that we may be acting against our own best interest in some way, because the surprise is the devil energy. This is coming face to face in the ways that we hold ourselves back. Self-limiting behaviors. I know that discipline has been a theme, so there is the possibility here that this is acting, overemphasizing acting on your passions with a spirit of impulsivity. Let me find a more eloquent way to say this. Like, I know that a theme for Aquarius right now is getting more disciplined. With Saturn moving through Aquarius, we're being asked to step up to the plate, and if we don't, then Saturn's going to have some consequences for us. And this could spell coming to a more complete realization over how your lack of discipline or lack of motivation is working against you. So if you're acting impulsively, like if you are in a state where you feel like the only way to act in accordance with what's right for you is to be impulsive in the moment, then you will be coming to a realization of how that's actually holding you back. There is a much more fun interpretation to be had here, and I usually don't take it there. But this is also possibly this is a family site, so let me think of how to describe this. You guys might know what I'm getting at. It's an expression of passion. It can be just an out and out, like, allowing your passions to be expressed. Your desires, your what excites you. I think part of this knowing where you want to go and being on track to pull in your full abundance is paving the way for you to explore your passions. But it's for the fun of it. It's for the enjoyment of it. not necessarily seeking love, but wanting to express and experience passion. Let's see your hopes and fears. What are Aquarians hopeful for, and what are we concerned about? They're wanting to redirect me. They want me to clarify the devil. I don't think I'm hitting on exactly the message that they wanted to come out. Sorry. Tell me more about the devil. Why is the devil here as the surprise energy? Strength. Give me one more, please. 10 of Needles. You have weaknesses that need to be addressed so that you can resolve them and understand them better so that you don't repeat them again. It could be a temptation that crops up that is like the culmination of a pattern of yours. And by facing the temptation, you prove that you're strong enough to overcome the temptation, and thereby like putting the final nail in the coffin of this self-limiting behavior. That's the message that wanted to come out. Let's see. Okay, moving on to your hopes and fears. We have Justice and the 7 of Potions. There's something that needs to be made right about keeping your options open. If you have held someone else at bay and not given them an answer because you just wanted to keep them on pause and keep your options open, then that needs to be made right. And you're somewhat trepidatious about how that's going to roll out. This could be vice versa. You could really be hopeful for balance to be brought about where someone else has kept you on pause as just an option. I don't advocate waiting in any instance where someone is just an option. But there's karma here. There's karma that needs to be balanced out. You're not sure. The reason it's coming up in hopes and fears, you're not sure exactly how that's going to roll out. Like, am I the good guy or the bad guy, or a little bit of both? What do I deserve here? Because you know karma's coming. Let's see the end result. How does this all culminate for Aquarius? We have the Empress in reverse. So you will come to a more complete expression of yourself, but it won't come through it won't come through anyone else boosting your ego or telling you how wonderful you are and like lifting you up from externally. This is a very internal realization of who you are, what you're worth, and where you stand. It's like, I am fully capable of taking care of my own needs. I'm independent. And it's feeling awesome about that. There's no sour grapes there. There's no like, well, I don't need anyone. It's like, I'm happy. I'm happy. If anyone enters my life, then that's great. If they can add to my happiness and I can add to theirs, all the better. But it's not my main motivation. I know what I'm worth and I'm happy. It's like contentedness and enjoying everything about life. Because you've set up your environment so that your abundance comes to you. It's a very attractive energy. Let's get you some advice. I was going to say us. Let's get us some advice. Okay, I'm going to pull a clarifier or more advice. The first card that came out is the 8 of Needles, which is fears, doubts, insecurities, and worries. Queen of Potions reversed, fears, doubts. along the way, if your fears and doubts and insecurities about self-love, about what that means, bubble up, then look into that, address it, face it. Don't sweep it under the rug. There's an opportunity for self-development here. This is like the minor arcana version of the Empress reversed. It's on an emotional basis, undervaluing yourself. It's a caution against that. It's like your potential here, you are the Empress energy, and no one else has to believe it but you for it to be true. So anytime you doubt yourself, anytime you start to question your own value, then work on that. That's an area for potential self-improvement there. Okay, Aquarius, I hope that helped. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back tomorrow.